Okay. Okay, I think we're back, guys. So sorry about that. I think we're back. I'm waiting on the. I only wish you guys could hear Melvin. I'm offended, Mel. That's funny. Okay. Now, okay, so the two cards that I drew kind of fell out, right? So we were at the fire signs. Like what we're doing is we've got the strength card, which is the card of Leo, but it is a fire card. Like, so we already started with this fire energy. Again, the deck has the trough of oppositions. Now, this is the more darker side of, you know, of the strength. It's still strength at the end of the day. And I feel like this is just kind of like why, you know, we're going through some things, but we remain strong through it all. And like I was mentioning a while ago, kind of just recap, it's in the past, it's behind. Like the shit that we're going through, whatever it is, what we're dealing with, it's behind us now. The Knight of Pentacles shows up, and so I wanted to pull some cards just to kind of see what that's about. Like, you know, make sure, like, is it yourself? Is this you? Or is this somebody else kind of coming to help you? But I do believe it was you, because like I do feel like here's this person, this the opposition, this King of Pentacles, or yeah, Pentacles. So it's an Earth sign, but I feel like there is kind of almost like and instead of wanting to see it just upright, I kind of felt like this. Honestly, it was very strange. I feel like it's a dual thing about either it's about somebody else, the person that you're coming against, basically. It doesn't mean they're male, but it has more of a masculine, this king type energy. But I think it's like they have two faces, two sides. Whether it's ego or from illness, you're dealing with somebody that can just really, I feel like, turn. And the Magician card also came up right next to it. And it's like, I feel like you've had to work your magic, but you are your hero. You were the person that is coming to get you out of this, right? And it's also, like I said, it mirrors almost the strength card with the muck behind them. So it's like they've already done the work. I mean, this can mean, yes, you might have done some magical work to help you get out of your situation, right? Which is kind of to get us to a safe place, which is the Five of Pentacles. It's not exactly where we want to be, but we will be getting there because this is the safe place. We're getting to somewhere we're safe and we're comfortable, and we don't, it's like that safe shelter. It's like, we know, it's almost like a place of comfort, a place that you know you won't be harmed and that you can rest and heal. Now, this is what was interesting. And, you know, kind of the outcome thing here. The nice thing is, after the five of Pentacles, we have two cards that showed up, and it was like weird because like I shuffled. We have the Nine of Swords and upright, and the Ten of Swords. But they're upright too, right? It is like, this has been a dark time for my fire signs. It seems like whatever it is that they've been dealing with, whatever they've been handling, it's been a lot. It's funny because she's grabbing her head, like, you know, and like migraines, even headaches, migraines. Like I said, it's like this kind of like this bouncy energy, this racing thoughts, like trying to get everything organized in your head, right? And then the one next to it is the Ten of Swords. And if you look, he's like, it looks like he's praying, right? What I like about that, here is the Ten of Swords. This is an ending. Tens are endings, right? So it's the end of a cycle. Like I said, like the whole thing shows that this is you're over, you're through this. It's great. And he's praying. I feel like I need to tell you to remind you to be grateful and thankful. Whether you realize it or not, some of you, I do feel like you probably already see that there's a huge blessing that you've just really overcome and come through something hard, heavy. But show gratefulness for that, right? Because it's weird that praying almost like that part stands out. It's like being blessed, showing gratefulness, gratitude, because it is over. And honestly, I feel like you are the winner. Like, it's like, whether it's something within yourself, it's your own inner battle that you've been dealing with, or it's outside forces. For some, I feel like it's almost both. It's like you're dealing with your own shit, yet other people come at you, which I can understand. Here we go, the migraines, right? But it's like, I think that you're grateful. Like, it's almost you're starting to see your own strength in this. And I think that's what it is. It's very interesting. Because it's dark as some of it looks, and it's shitty as some of the stuff that looks like you dealt with. There is almost a peaceful ending. And it's funny because it's the Ten of Swords. But I don't think it's because that's not the ending. It is like, it's letting you know. Because, like, yes, a lot of times, I would say most of the time, I wouldn't like having the Ten of Swords at the end of reading. But this particular time, I don't know. I feel good about it. It's very interesting. It's like that. Now let's see. Let me need a little bit of oracle information on what is going on. I need a little more soul info. What do we need to know for our fire signs for November? This year has gone so fast. I'm like trying to remember what month we're in. Oh my goodness, next month is Christmas. Hi, is everybody ready for, oh my God, Mariah Carey season? Kittens. They sound like they're horses. I mean, like, I don't know if you guys can hear it, and I hope you can't, but I'm hearing gallop, gallop, gallop. And they're tiny. They're baby kittens. What do we need to know for fire? It is being stubborn. I want 2 cards. There we go. I have 2 kittens, Paranormal Witch. And I oddly enough, like, my niece brought this little black baby cat to me, like, right before Halloween, and a week later, the gray one shows up. So the little black one's named Necro. And it's like, we're calling the gray one Smoke because I wanted to think of a really neat, wishy name, and I forgot to keep. So I think it's Smoke. I don't know. It was just like, Smoke's fine. Which is weird, but like, it's okay. It works. He's a little gray. She's beautiful. So we're going to have to, obviously, because I've said he and she, we're going to have to get somebody fixed. All right. Wow. Okay. See, I love it when the oracle cards line up a lot with what's already been stated. So, wow. So like I said, this like rough, dark night of the soul type season that you've gone through, fire signs. I have number 7, the card, it's distorted perceptions. Reality is rarely what we are raised to believe it is. And like I said, there's like this mental, like, blah. Hey, Husband, how are you? So this is so freaking interesting with this distorted perceptions. Like, so this weird wonky kind of energy that I was feeling with this fire signs already. This would make sense with what you're dealing with, or for whatever it is for each individual. Like this says, how we experience the world changes throughout life. Such shifts in perception typically occur when an event, a person, or a place, or a new life stage, like this whole, like I said, this dark night of the soul type thing we're going through, leaves us questioning something integral to what has been our understanding of the world or ourselves. So this might be some of you might have been dealing with literally like either abuse, gaslighting, being told you're crazy, or maybe like you're having, like maybe you're going through therapy, like, but it's just your perception on things, right? The maiden's expression is calm and accepting. Sorry, make sure I'm getting that in there. Calm and accepting as she observes the world without the distorted lens of the feathered tent. The tent represents the outdated cultural, ancestral, and social conditioning she is awakening from. She stands firm and solemn, all of the wisdom revealed in her newfound worldview. All that she has been raised to believe about the world and herself no longer applies. She sees beyond how limited and false certain aspects of her perception and understanding had been. So it's like, it's almost like you falsely believe something, and now kind of, it's like this rose-colored glasses have been taken off. The maiden's message to you is power, beauty, and liberation happen when we do not close our eyes or retreat back to the mentality we have outgrown. So whatever we pulled and dug ourselves out of, for some, it could be a bad relationship. It could be a bad work situation. Whatever it is, don't go back. Okay? Don't go back. It's telling you. And this is at the end, like you're like the last card. And that's why I said I'm actually leaving it at the Ten of Swords, because this means you're done. Like, and that makes sense as to why I left it at the Ten of Swords as the last card, because like, stop. Don't put yourself back through cycles. Now, the even neater thing, and if you notice, I just felt like I was supposed to split the deck and read which was on the bottom both. The next card, the last oracle for you guys, fire. Just get to it. It's very interesting. It makes so much sense. Okay, remember the Ten of Swords. It says it's the 28. Moving forward, the first step is taken within our stillness. Remember the Five of Pentacles that came out. Even though, like, it's like she's desert and you see these trails behind her. But there's a warm outlook about it, okay? It's like, this is like kind of one of those journeys you don't mind taking alone. I feel like I don't look like I would be stressing out about being alone. Like where she is, to me, it feels very, very peaceful. And it says, when we feel stuck, tired, and uninspired, we typically seek change, movement, or stimulation by adding something new to our lives. We may also be advised to do so by well-meaning individuals. The assumption being that an external alteration, is the solution to our dissatisfaction. Dissatisfaction. Sorry, my lip rings get me sometimes. Our dissatisfaction. However, to only change the appearance of our lives typically eventuates the new place, career path, partner, activity, or hobby losing its novel appeal and ending as abruptly as it began. Like a cage rat within its spinning wheel, our restless search for something, somewhere, or someone different resumes. Oversight to the futility of superficial change potentially sends us on a wild, blind, and even reckless search for the things to change about our lives and who we seem to be. This is all motivated by the false belief, back again to this false belief, that we were indeed improving ourselves and advancing. Rarely do we stop to ask the questions, have I actually moved? Has anything really changed? Why? And after the initial buzz of something, do I feel the same inside? Okay, so it says the Guardian's message to this card. What we leave behind releases us forward. I'm going to say that again. What we leave behind releases us forward. And there's this chained, even like it's almost like that, you know, where the Devil card has the shackles, right? Oh my goodness, there was actually a song I listened to today. It was shit. I cannot remember. It's the one that's saying Radioactive. What was their name? What's the name of that band? Radioactive. Anyway, it's about like breaking the chains and like not being held back anymore. It's literally when we let Imagine Dragons. Thank you, Melvin. Imagine Dragons. And it's but there's one of the songs, it's like that, you know, he's talking about the freeing moment of removing the chains, the things that hold us back. We leave behind what we leave behind releases us forward. As hard as it is sometimes to let go because of attachments and what we think is right, these distorted perceptions, right? Because we're so used to it. We don't want, you know, it's like, like I know a lot of people don't like a whole bunch of, especially big changes. But sometimes it is very necessary for healing and for growth. And this tells me that you kind of have to. Because if we don't want to repeat the Ten of Swords again. Yeah, so that's what. Hellspine, love it. So you know the song I'm talking about. And see, that's the thing. That's what this song is. It's a way that kind of came to mind. I was like, I heard that earlier. But it is. It's like this. It's funny because it's like what we leave, what we let go. It feels like it was something that literally had us like bound to it. And that's okay. It's okay at this point to move forward. And good. Let go, move forward, and you're gonna be fine. Because honestly, it was. It's funny. I would have normally not liked to leave it at the tennis, but it feels like no. I have to make a point here, and it was like the last oracle card really kind of hit on that. Break cycles, just let it go. You battle through it though, and that's what's so cool. It's like even though the fucking sorry, my bad word. Even though that like the strength card on this one, he was hangry looking. Okay. Like not the horse. It looked like a horse. He was so skinny, but the lion, see, the lion on that card was hungry. She was hungry. Everything was withered away behind her, but all the destruction, all of the gray, all that nasty, like especially it looked like behind them, all the dark clouds were behind them, and that was the most beautiful part because that's, you know, it's still the strength card, no matter how you go about it. Air signs. I think with my interesting air babies, we're gonna. Oh, and I'm gonna give this to Mel for a second while I shuffle your cards for my air signs.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming and joining us. I am so sorry that the internet decided to take a dump, to say the least. But thank you for coming back. And if you're enjoying, please remember to hit the like button. And so you can know there are 2 slots still open for personal reading. If you want them, well, someone has to put in number 2 and number 3, and they will be yours. So thank you guys again. And if you don't know what your sign is, check the description. It's all in there. So I am now disappearing back into the shadows. Ta-ta.
Thanks, Mel. All right. So for my air signs, yeah, I'm going to go a little more dark. We're going to do Vlad Dracula and Tarot. And this one is by, actually, he is an occultist. I was looking at Travis McHenry. And this one's really interesting. Curtis and I were looking at this earlier, and it's like, there's some detail, like, okay, like I'm just going to grab the King of Stakes, which would be the wands, obviously. It goes Sigmund of Luxembourg had a tremendous amount. So like goes into the history, like it goes deep. So I like it because there's some history in it too. If you go, and look at the book, and it was like, it was less than 30. So I was quite shocked, and it's very good stock, and it's gilded. First time using it too. So Vlad Dracula for my air. What is going on in my air line? I like the gilded. I don't know why, but I do. With air for November 2021. 2020. Thank you, Melvin will be right back, but let's see what's going on. Well, there we go. What else going on for air? Sorry. I'm just sorry getting tickled with y'all's cards. I'm loving it. These are interesting cards for sure. Okay, this is. Oh. I'm gonna have to learn how to pronounce some of the names, yeah, but this is interesting. Now there's a lot. Y'all having some emotions, air signs? What the heck? Okay. One more just for clarification here, because like there's a lot of cups, okay? For it, like a lot of cups, which is interesting. So I don't know if this is something emotional, because like, come on, like we know what they say about you air signs. Just playing. Okay. I'm making sure I didn't drop any others, because we'll do that. All right, here we go. All right, so the first card that I got for you guys for my air signs is the Eight of Coins. I have found an extra duet. I don't know how to pronounce the word. Please don't come at me. It's spelled, D-U-E-A-T, duet. That's probably not how. I'm sure it's duet. Like, so, like the first time, when I first pulled it, I was like, ooh, somebody's kind of like lucky. I don't know. I ain't going to tell you to play the lottery quite yet, but it is kind of like you're going to have, I feel like there is going to be some like just kind of, I want to, dumb luck in a weird way. The second cup for you air signs is Page of Cups, right? The messenger card. Young Vlad watching executions, like, like now, and this is an emotional thing, but I think you're going to be like seeing karma from others, like others paying karma. Like somebody that's kind of like either doubted you or underestimated you or just taken advantage or whatever. You're going to be seeing a little bit of karma, and you're going to be observing. Because I feel like this is an emotional. This feels like you, because of the being the page, it's like somebody's telling you, or even like you may be getting, I don't know, you may be getting messages or people kind of, but somebody's coming to you and you get to kind of watch this execution on the low. The next card. Okay. You might have had like a little bit to do with the Chariot. Vlad's army is repelling the Turks. So, here you have this Chariot energy. It's like, boom, like, don't piss off it. Like everybody teases like, okay, so yeah, Scorpio's got bad rep, but also people, I'm a Cancer and I don't like, okay, like you just, when we get mad, which is not like, we're very forgiving, very loving, what? When we're not. So it is. So here they're coming for you. But it says Vlad's army is repelling the Turks. So it's like you're fought back. Like I feel like you've had to either fight back or like you're dealing with things that are going on and you're kind of getting to watch things play out in your favor. Luck, dumb luck again. The next card. Yeah. I feel like this is going to be more like, it could be work, it could be somebody you're friends with, but you've been betrayed. It's the moon card and it's straight up Vlad betrayed by the Hungarians. And this is the moon, yeah. So it's like, why does it? Okay, sorry, another song came to me. I've got the feeling somebody's watching me. Like you've been having to kind of play it safe, like who's your friend, who's not, or and it could be like if it's at work, it's like you're kind of having to watch. He's trying to like set you up. This is interesting, like kind of like it feels Telemundo to me. 7 of Cups is the next one. Serving soup from a boiled thief. Wait, hold on. I've got to read it and look at the card because I think it's still serving soup of a boiled thief. 7 of Cups, like that is Vlad is cooking this bowl up. Now, when you talk about traditional, it's like 7 is. This is interesting. Okay, and maybe this is because you're the air sign, and so a 7 of Cups, which is Cups is your water signs, but it's about emotions. But you are air sign, so even though it might hit you emotionally, this is what I like. I'm loving this deck then because I feel like you're handling it, even though it's an emotional issue. I feel like you're handling it with that air mentality, right? So you're coming at smart. So instead of walking away, you're gonna like, oh no, what the hell did you just say? Like this, no. Like you're gonna like I feel like this is like with the moon right next to it, especially like being betrayed by these people or whoever, like this coworker, whether it be the person that you're in a relationship with, you are like you're really drawing a line, and it's not good for them. The next card is the Queen of Cups. Princess, oh my. Don't come at me again. Princess Maria. I've heard this word. I know Vahit. It's Voichita. Bojita? No, of Moldavia. Yeah, that one. Queen of Cups. Okay, I want a little more information on this Queen of Cups here. And I actually will be using the Tarot of Obsessions for that one. What do we got? What is the Queen of Cups here in this? Sorry, Melvin's talking in my ear about his dinner, and it sounds delicious, actually. So he had pork. What kind of pork, Mel? Pork rib. Yum. Nice. New funny ice cream. Okay, I am trying to figure out what this Queen of Cups is, and it's funny. It's like, I feel like this is possibly a person that's being instigating or something, because it's just not one. There we go. Finally. Yeah, 7 of Wands. Oh God. Okay. Yeah. Wow. Okay. So this is the lighter 7 of Wands. This is an asshole, dude. No, it's this person that came against you, and I feel like it can be male or female. It doesn't matter. This person, like, I feel like this person, which now I want to look up all these different characters in this, because like I do know some of the Vlad story, but like this gives you a whole list of characters, right? And this Princess Maria, I'm almost interested in what kind of a person she was. The Queen of Cups, like, she is a queen, but there's this emotion, obviously, and she looks pretty distinguished, but I don't know, there's something weird about this card. Like, I would say probably overly emotional, or like probably a lot of times when I think of the Queen of Cups, this is a person that kind of has their emotions in control. I don't know if that's always so right here, especially with the 7 of Wands coming up right behind it. You got a person that's causing trouble, and it's because of some emotion that they feel, like they feel some kind of way about you. Like, I don't know if it's anger or resentment or hate or jealousy. It don't matter. Fuck them. So we have the 7 of Coins, last card. And it's the warriors forced to build Castle Dracula. It's like, I feel like with the 7, right, of the coins. So remember, it's like work hard, but you also get, you work hard, the money comes in. So at the 7 of coins, at that part in it, it's like the money's coming. Like, you might not be dead set where you want to be, but it's flowing, and you're kind of learning how to work with others. It might be hard work at times. It might be hard to do, but the force part of this makes me feel like, whereas somebody's been trying to make things hard for you, whether it be wherever it be, work, whatever. I feel like the tables are starting to turn, right? And like, however they've been trying to hurt you, it's almost building you up. And even the way, like, this, going back to the first, this 8 of coins that had this dumb luck feel to it, right? It's like they're blessing you, and it's even in financial ways. Like, their attacks have done nothing of harm to you, honestly. It's kind of helped you grow in a big way. I really feel that. Let me go ahead and see what we've got going on with the Oracle. Pull a couple of those real quick for you, for the air signs, because this is interesting. Like, this is a little Telemundo story going on for air. Quite interesting. Sorry. Please be saying that where everybody else can hear, because that's not fair. He scared the hell out of me. He's doing a Telemundo voice, and it was amazing. Try to talk him into doing it for you guys, but it scared the hell out of me just now. I wasn't prepared, Melvin. Did you see me jump? I said, it was actually pretty convincing. It did. But it sounded like it kind of went on the Asian side after it. Like, it started more, it sounded more like a Telemundo at first. But have you ever watched some of the, oh man, like, I have friends that are from Vietnam, and they have like quite their own drama type shows, and wow, it's dramatic. And it's interesting though. I didn't know what the hell. I kind of knew what the hell was going on because it was like, you know, they use their hands a lot in their acting, but it was fun. It was so much fun to watch. My sweetie. No, probably not. Oh wow, that's pretty cool though that you were watching that. Okay. So an orb went past. That's very interesting. Yeah, like like Curtis actually saw something earlier and it's quite interesting. Like yeah, like it was more of a shadowy type thing. So yeah, we've got, but you know, the veil. And please say it where everybody can hear. Because you're making me laugh and I look like I'm just like, don't. That's so not fair to me. So your guys, the air signs, your guys' oracle cards kind of popped out quick. 37 and 35. Interesting. Okay. Okay, so the first oracle is transitions. You have all the inner resources you need to cross whatever bridges rise on your path. Isn't that pretty? It really, really reminds me. It's almost like, you know, it has this divine type feeling. It's beautiful. And then you see the galaxy in the background. So I'm gonna give you a little on this. It says transition bridge our life from one significant change to the next. They are periods between one phase or chapter in life to another. And in terms that follow turning points of no return, they bookmark times that we have had to figure out how to make our life work again. Transitioning takes as long as it takes to adapt to new circumstance or perspectives. The tension of not being able to turn back and not knowing how to adjust effectively to what is new can be disconcerting. There can be varying degrees of pain, resistance, and inner turmoil as we struggle to break our former self into a new way of life. The Crone's message is transitions are the blessings, rarely recognized as such at the time. Yeah, like so. Okay, like I said, it seems like you've been dealing with an asshole, to be quite honest. And this could be like if it were a job that you don't like, but it also could be something that you did care about or you were. So it's like trying to accept what is, but I feel like you're doing it quite well. So that's just kind of more of a reminder is that transition to happen and just keep it in mind. But of course, air signs kind of already, they go with the flow of that in most ways. It's like, okay, which I mean, that's one thing that I always enjoy about them. It's like, teach me how to do this. The next card for you, air signs, is 35. It's presence of absence. Hold what is absence in the presence of your love. Okay. Or say, hold what is absent in the presence of your love. It is easy to fill our thoughts with the loss of loved ones, missed opportunities, and regrets. Our heart can become so overwhelmed with what is no longer or never has been part of our life that we lose sight of our present. This can be especially so with regrets around the things that we did not say, try to, or do. All that we can ever change about our regrets is what we do with our grief in the present. Interesting. Of course, to mourn any loss is essential and it needs to run its due course. However, it is equally essential to recognize that you are still here and presently able to live a fulfilling life. Honor this blessing by embracing the many opportunities available to you. The Crone's message is true loss and absence are when you lose all of yourself to the past too. Okay. And it's interesting with this situation. I found an extra, we've got this, kind of, it's almost like I feel like dumb luck has kind of helped you to be able to, it's like it's led you on this where you get to the karma that's coming for people, but it's not because you just wanted to go after something. It's because somebody's been kind of like sketch as hell to you. I feel like or deceiving is actually the word that's more coming to mind, right? These transitions. And like it said, with this presence of absence, it's like things that you didn't do or say. Maybe you didn't stand up for yourself. Maybe you didn't stand up for somebody else. Maybe you didn't say something that others needed to know, or you feel like you didn't completely speak your truth. Okay, those things happen. It is in the past. It's like, take that moment. And if you have the option of speaking your truth, that's still then fine too. But you cannot because it's almost, I keep thinking, oh, there we go here. I'm thinking about that chain again. It's almost like it will link to you and hold you back and drag you into a nasty cycle that it's just not necessary because you've literally getting to watch somebody, I hate to say the pain, but it is what it is. It's like somebody has been, or like whether it be your work or not, it's the favor is leaning towards you, and this is your time to kind of shine and expect, or but don't sit there and get caught up and wrapped up in about like what you should have done or whatnot. If that helps. So yeah, so that's it. It's actually kind of nice. So it's kind of like, I want to say congratulations, but it's like, yeah, I feel like, I don't know. It's like, I feel like with oddly enough fire and air right now, it's very, this is the time, this November, things are going to clear up to where they have a lot off of their shoulders, which is good. Because next month's December. And so you probably need to, if you're like me, yeah, December's always very, very, and I think it's probably only that way because I make it stressful, but you've got a lot of people have a lot going on. But so definitely, all I would say is take some time for you. But yeah, so next Wednesday, Earth is coming up next. Earth signs. What do we need to know about our Earth signs at this point? For November 2021. It's interesting. Okay. I don't know what that's about. I almost feel like this weird numb feeling, like this. It's almost like a little bit like, not when it like a purr, like a hum, or this tiny little bit of a vibration, but it's almost like this weird numbing feeling also at the same time at my forehead, third eye area. Could be some type of awakening that you're going to be going through or might be feeling. Earth signs. So let's see. It's interesting. I'm just kind of feeling the energy of it out right now for sure. I'm gonna do this again. Earth signs. Well, there we go. Not bad. But I know sometimes when I go, everybody's like, what? I know I do it when I watch other readers. It's like, I'm just gonna let you know, it's not bad. It's just interesting. Okay. What else do we need to know for our Earth? Uh-huh. And what is it called? I have Belva just sang me a song that has the words cowboy in it, and I am from Texas and I've never heard it. Wow. Life at the Outpost, and like, yeah, never, ever, 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 ever do a Southern accent again, Nelson, please. Yeah, don't do it because like they need to hear that was. I mean, I know they're bad. Trust me, I live here, but whoa. When you were you're killing me, dude. Is it like a spoof song or is it like for real? Oh, why? Okay. What have you got going on, Earth signs? What? Okay. Give me a second here. Sorry. Sorry, guys. What the hell, guys? Like, what are you Earth signs like doing? Okay. All right. Earth signs. Y'all got okay. So we have the Page of Wands. First off, now I do not know why, but it reminds me almost of the Loki from like what's it called? One of the recent movies. I don't know why, but he just kind of gives me that vibe. And then okay, so we have the Page of Wands. It's a messenger. This is like okay, so it has it's air since it is wands. It's air, so it could be an air sign or coming from this air energy. But like I said, it's a message. It is some. Let me see here. I don't. Okay, let's see. The Star is the second one card that came right with that one, and this is the Star card is hope, and I love this version. Isn't it gorgeous? Again, this is the Tarot of Oppositions. She almost has this Fae type feel. The Star is full of hope and I'm trying to feel like, do you know what kind of, Melvin, do you know what kind of, like, or does anybody in chat know what kind of, is that morning glory? I don't know flowers. I just think they're pretty, but the flowers are very intriguing here. I also like how, like, okay, so she's pouring and spilling in the water like the Star card does. But look at how it splits it looks like ice. And it almost gives this electric shock. Now, some of the background in this one reminds me of that same this electricity feeling, right? So I feel like for some reason, like there's a message or something you've heard, and it might be on the radio and TV or somebody else but there's some like a little bit of spark, which is oddly enough, I say spark and then I'm looking at this again, but yeah, like there's a spark of hope that's coming at you, right? Yeah, like you're kind of like feeling hopeful now. Here we go. The Seven of Cups. We're trying to be a little bit overly dramatic though. Like, oh, it's everything's gonna fall apart. So you know what I mean? We're like looking at all the spilled shit. And in fact, it's actually the more dark side. So we have, here's the regular Seven of Cups. It is like, you know what I mean? It's like we have so many things that could, like these dreams and so forth, but like he's not, like I don't know. It's like he's almost, this one gives me almost like this nightmare vibe, like seeing things the worst they could be, overly, instead of seeing all the dreams that we could, you could turn with this message, it's hope that comes at you, right? Like, and so it could be almost even, hold on, this could be like something that comes at you, the spark of hope could be something that feels far-fetched, right? Way too out there, and you're just kind of wanting to lay down, not listen or pay attention, right? Because we're on the opposite end. But even on the more positive end, it's like, why you laying down? Like, this is your chance, right? Now, next to this Seven of Cups, like this I give up. I don't want to chase my dreams type card, right? Like everything's going bad. Like it's kind of like we're in a negative spot. And I think it's just our own mindset, our own whatever we're going through. And right next to this is the Empress card. And look at her. What kind of bird is that? I'm trying to figure out. That's an eagle? And it could be a hawk. Do they both have like the little hook to eat? I think they both do. Can you kind of Google what they both are? I think this is a hawk. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a hawk at this point. But I want to kind of Google what their message might be, because I do feel, I don't remember offhand, but I do feel like this has, I don't know. I want to kind of look into that, what their message is when it comes to. Okay. I'm glad you didn't. Oh, you didn't unmute? Can you do it one more time? So, okay, because I'm like making, but here we go with the hawk totem information, because it's quite interesting. So, if you don't mind, Mel.
When you have the hawk as a spirit animal, you may have an inclination towards using the power of vision and intuition in your daily life. The hawk totem provides wisdom about seeing situations from a higher perspective, using the power of observation and focusing on the task at hand. It's a good companion to develop spiritual awareness.
I love that. Okay.
And give your love to a cowboy man.
Give
He's
my love.
gonna love
Like,
you hard
is this
as he
like a
can.
person in chat, Melvin? Or are you just like, are you singing this? Okay. Like, I was thinking it's a cowboy man, somebody in chat. Like, are you messing with my head here? Okay. So I feel like here we have the Seven of Cups, like, kind of freaking out, like, over processing, over worrying. Well, if I get my hopes up, I'm just going to hurt again. But like, here we go. Right behind it is the Empress. And that, look at how big it is, dude. It's like, it's just saying, hey, like, listen, sometimes you need a different person. And I love it, because we started with the freaking page, like with this message, right? So I feel like that is very important. It's like she's trying to remind you to think outside of the box. My little grounded science, my little grounded science. It is. I get it. Like that stability. You like knowing that, all four legs on the chair are like not wobbly. I get it, but sometimes we kind of have to think outside the box. So, yeah, because the next card is this Four of Swords. And it's more of the, like, so you got the Four of Swords, which is normally like, kind of to me, it's, well, that's when, it's on the good one. It looks a little more peaceful, but this is, I wouldn't have been sleeping. I just say, like this nightmare, like this is more of, I feel like it's almost like it is weird because it's on each side of this Empress. It's like you have this over a sense of defeat, or everything's going to go to hell or go to the trash or go like very negative. I don't mean to be ugly, but it's very, very we need to be positive, guys. It's like it is like you've gone through a lot. So it's very hard to trust in hope and this stepping outside of the box and allowing yourself to be, trust your intuition, because sometimes our intuition, we almost want to overpower it, especially if our experiences have, pretty much like been the same over and over and over. And we're just like, okay, so you're wanting me to think outside the box, have hope for something when I have seen the same thing happen over and over and over. But yeah, actually, yes. I mean, that's how you manifest things good. If we are positive and hopeful and stuff, we can attract the things that we need towards us, right? Now, the last two cards that came out are the King of Swords and the Page of Pentacles. Which is really weird. Okay, so we have both sides of this. It's like, this is more the nice shade or the darker side, but I actually get more of Jon Snow type feel here. And that being said, it's like, okay, so it's the swords, so this is air. Like, I don't know, I was thinking like wands is not. The wands is fire. I don't know why it was, but this one, anyway, either way, this air with the King of Swords here. Okay, this king is very strong, but he's also very wise. We've got that air aspect to him. He's holding his dagger as well as his sword, right? He's really armed. He's very protected. He is going to protect his and what is his around him, and that's okay. But what I do like here is that they're also being wise, which means trying to lean more into, because being wise means that you do have to kind of like push away being negative at times, right? You can be you can be aware. How about that? How you can be very aware of your surroundings and things that are going on, but you can still step into your intuition at the same time. I hope that makes sense. It's like, don't let everything that's gone on in the past overrun you. Here we go. And this is the Page of Pentacles. So it's like, here we go. We've got a little bit of this message of things coming. And with the Page of Pentacles, it doesn't necessarily be money. It need to have to be money, but it could be like, hey, you're gonna, you could be getting a raise, and like, just try to hear. I feel like I need to reiterate, hear it out. Like, whatever this message that's coming at you that will benefit you. And like, okay, like Pentacles don't necessarily always 100% mean about money. It can also mean about anything that you find important, or that is a necessity for you, like anything that you love and desire. I feel like the Pentacles for me could be any, like me, I love tarot, like I like just random witchy stuff. So it's just anything that you kind of enjoy having, that's of value to you. Okay, well, let's see what we get for you guys with your, oddly enough, I feel like I need to do the same with this. Okay. So I felt like with you guys, I had to kind of just like flip it over. So this is interesting. We have 5 and 9. And these are, where'd you go, Mel? The Lantern Oracle cards. Are you there, Mel? It got super quiet. Okay. It just got so quiet. Okay, so we have 5, the unknown. Knowing the unknown is the card. The Lantern. Ooh. I'm sorry, I'm keeping this down, just kind of like it's my newer EMF meter. To get my vitamins, it's kind of been flagging here a bit. The unknown, which is funny for anybody that has seen The Never Ending Story. It took me a minute. It reminds me, well, if you've ever seen the Sphinx, the 2 Sphinx, it was like, I can't remember what gate, but it was like they had to go through this gate but it's like they had to it's almost like they had to face their own fears, which is very interesting here. So 5, it is natural and human to feel reluctant and fearful at the beginning of a significant change. Change confronts us with so many unknowns and such overwhelming feelings that challenge us whenever an unfamiliar direction is taken. However, to never try something new or to cease to continue when things changes to go against life's natural rhythm of controlled growth and transformation. What is known can quickly become comfortably familiar, as well as stifling to our gradual yet ongoing progression. The price we pay to stay in what is known is stagnation and fear. And if you think of stagnant pond, that's where you get beat up and ate up by mosquitoes. You don't want stagnation. And then, like, you don't want to live in fear. So it's kind of like, here's this fear, just having hope. Well, trust that you have the sufficient skills and knowledge to navigate your way through an aspect of your life. It may be that you have avoided or put off changing your career, changing locations, committing to a new project, starting a family, or ending up in a relationship for some time now. And this is the maiden card, so it comes from the maiden aspect. So this is what's interesting in the Lantern Oracle. It seems like it has this mother maiden crone type stage of life, cycle of life. So this is the maiden's message. Once you choose to keep moving, the next step will be made known to you. Once you choose to keep moving, like not giving up, the next step will be made known to you. Here we go with that Empress type intuition type feel too, which is interesting. Next card is 9. And evidently this is still in the maiden. Responding, not reacting. The only control we have is in how we respond to the hand we are dealt. That's a pretty card. Children cannot control their emotions. Developmentally, their capacity is limited to reflexive reaction until the energy is physically released. As the maiden to the left illustrates, this is why the mother guardian, crone, or male guardian equivalent is crucial to a child's first 8 years of life. The child is dependent upon the guardian to acknowledge, validate, and hold space for the reality of the child's emotional experience. When a guardian lovingly models for the child of how to constructively respond to the full spectrum of uncomfortable emotions, the child learns how to deal with them effectively. Ideally, the guardian will calmly and appropriately support the child until an uncomfortable emotion abates. Emotional support is necessary from a guardian until a child develops its capacity to indefinitely self-regulate when in distress. The maiden's message: remain in your self-control and therefore integrity as you assert yourself with respect and consideration to all parties involved. If a person or circumstance cannot or will not meet you halfway, empower yourself by walking away. As you leave, feel your emotions and empathize with yourself. Let any uncomfortable emotion be acknowledged and energetically released in a safe space through your preferred form of movement. Take what is to be learned from this uncomfortable experience and use it to assist you in going forward positively. And this, I feel like this is actually speaking to, this doubt, this fear. And that's why I love the King of Swords here, because he's being both. He's wise, yet it's also like he's going to know, he's prepared how to handle things correctly, right? He's not going to like respond like a child that doesn't, have the emotional support it needs. He was given the support he needs, so it's like he's well developed and he knows how to handle his control. Like, so when we don't handle things properly, when we don't deal with them in our own ways, it's like it's almost like you're setting yourself up for failure, and also kind of like to repeat cycles, and that is definitely not what we want. So I hope that helps. Try to remain positive. It's like, I feel like this could be a big, big blessing, but it's also, I feel like this with you guys, especially Earth signs right now, like the main thing is I'm hearing is what you make it. I think that was one of the, it's, so remember that, because I think that's going to have a impact on the turnout. I feel like it's like, do your best to channel your positive emotions, even though that may be very, very difficult at sometimes. So here we go on to the water signs. Go ahead. Good night, House Fine. You have a great one. Thanks for joining. We have our water signs now. It's point 1. Here we go. Water signs, and we're going to use the Vlad Dracula for this one. Water signs in November 2021. We need to know. Hmm. Ooh. Interesting. Okay, gotcha. Okay, so water signs. What we got going on for you guys so far is the Ace of Coins, is the coin of Vlad Dracul. Okay, so it is, it's almost like when we've got the Ace of any of the things. Sorry, but the Ace of Coins is like this new. There it may be a new job, some way of earning a living, some type of thing is being handed or coming at you, a new chance maybe, and it could be like this little business venture even. But let me kind of get into it and see what's going with it. But I see coins coming at you, right? The next card is the Hangman, the wages of truth in Valakia. The wages of truth. The Hangman. The Hangman is all about kind of waiting things out. It could be waiting the right time. It could be like almost procrastinating too. Let's see. The Seven of Swords. It's Vlad's narrow escape. So the Seven of Swords. He had it's a lot of times the Seven of Swords could be kind of somebody sneaky, but this is literally kind of having to. It's not sneaking out as trying to save your ass. It is sneaking out, but so that you don't have to face look at they're like, what is it called? I feel like it's like, oh, not the quite like nowadays firing squad, but it is like facing some kind of a firing squad. The Three of Swords is next. It's the nailing of the turbans. So it's the Three of Swords. So it is like this heartbreak. It's like almost like there is, because this is it's not necessarily an emotional. This is actually it is. It's here I see it's like three people. It's got the swords in their head. It feels like this is like you've lost, like you've dealt with like loss of some sort, whether it be job, friends, but it's like this. It's deep. It's like you felt like this deep loss from it, and it's almost like you've watched other people deal with things that. And then that language is like you don't know if it was felt fair, if it was right. And here it's like you feel like you kind of got out without being hurt, while everybody else is kind of like dealing with some shit, right? And it's like I don't know. I feel like this is like almost like I don't know if this is like a group of friends or work, but it's like I feel like whatever this is that I feel like you've got. No, I wouldn't say escaped it. Like you dealt with it. You had to watch other people go through shit lately. And it's almost like you feel like, how am I the one that like I've escaped? I've actually escaped like what other people are kind of going down or dealing with a lot more than I am. It's like, and maybe that's kind of the aspect of it. I did ask for another card, pulled another card to kind of go more into it. The next card was the Eight of Swords. Vlad was led to a Hungarian captivity. So it's like either we snuck away, they pull him back. And like they're trying to force him to face shit, right? The next one is the Star card. Watching blood flow gave him courage. Interesting. Wow. Okay, so the next part is the Five of Stakes. This is very interesting. The Five of Stakes is Wallachians fighting the Ottomans. Wow. Five. And we've got the stakes. So it's like the Five of Wands. It's this, well, number one, it's fire sign. So it's like this it's this fiery feeling. It's this like this, whatever is going on, there is some turmoil around you. Maybe arguments and like, it's like bickering. And this Hangman, it's like, I feel like kind of like you've been hanging back, holding back, waiting for a proper time. And for whatever reason, like it's interesting, the Star, which is usually it's kind of hope, inspiration, such, right? But it's like watching the blood flow gave him courage. Okay, so I feel like for whatever reason, it's like this Hangman that we started with, this energy of kind of just waiting for the right timing. Whatever it is you're going with whoever has kind of come at you, whoever you've been dealing with that has felt like they were trying to start fights and whatever. You're like, it's just this really, it's this unhealthy like energy, to be quite honest. But it's like you've tried to hang back, almost. Some say, I would think it'd be like some probably thought you were like this trying to ignore it all and not deal with it, kind of like just being aloof to it or ignoring it, like just like kind of being that lazy version of the Hangman where you're not, it's like you just refuse to deal with it at all. But instead I feel like it was being the very, very perceptive. It's like the way, it's like waiting for timing, waiting for the right time to do something. So this bickering that, it's like I feel like it's kind of this, it's like ramped up for whatever reason. And this could be something going on with your home, your family, or amongst your friends, but it is definitely like I feel like you kind of getting pulled into the middle, and you've waited to the right time, and now that evidently it feels like quote unquote like blood has been spilled, and you're like done. Like you're ready to come forward, water signs, which is neat because here we have like the last card is this King of Swords. Like if you want to be a king that's going to battle, like be the King of Swords, right? King Matthias of Hungary goes out there brave, no fear, and ready to take you, to take them on. Okay, one more card here. Okay, maybe I got two. Oh, well. So we have the Page of Cups again. I think we had that with, I think it was fire signs. Young Vlad watching executions. So it's like you've dealt with it before. And it's funny because we have the executioner thing out there. Yeah, the tables have turned. You're watching other people fucking go up on the rope or up on the noose, like, right? And the last card is Queen Mother. Elizabeth, and I can't say the last name, Zigali, Queen of Swords, though, off with their head. Like, you have both the King and Queen of Swords. Like, you have, I don't know, it's like I feel like whatever you're dealing with, my sweet, emotional little water signs, is like you have like balanced out both King and Queen. So you have the masculine and the feminine aspect going forward, that it's like, it's funny how it's the Page of Cups. It's like this message you get to know it's like this Page of Cups. You're being told everybody else is being hung up for what they've done. And it's like, yeah, it's very interesting. It's like you fought this, like you got stuck in something. And I don't think it was something you even like tried to get in. It was like you were hung up. It was funny. It was like you were almost hung up to begin with. Let me get you some oracle, and then we will get to the private or the personal, and let you have you guys the rest of y'all's evening. Let's see here. What do we need in water signs? November 2020. I hope you guys are having a great evening so far. I have been looking, I don't know, it's like lately I've been watching a little bit more YouTube shows, or like, I guess you'd say creators. Usually I don't know, it's like I've watched a lot of, almost all of the true crimes. I'm kind of running, I need something new. Like some of them are just kind of boring. Like, I like them to be act out, but I also like them factual to where they don't, like, okay, it's okay if you act them out, but I don't want it to like be cheesy. Like, yeah. Some of them like just really, but I've also listened to like the Jonestown tape. So there you go. It's not a lot. Evidently not a lot of people can get through them. I mean, I didn't enjoy them. They were awful, but I think it was just important to like be aware of those type things that are out there. It was really upsetting. So if any of you guys can give me any suggestions for true crime, which is one of my favorites, or witchy stuff too, or I do like scary horror stuff. Like, but I want it. I like it if it's paranormal. I'm more on that exorcist type level. Okay, interesting here. Interesting. The sound definitely seems like something you've dealt with just recently from the cards that come up. I have heard, though, there's a new paranormal activity. I'm not quite sure if that's true, but I've heard it's really good. If it is out, if anybody knows that's true, let me know if you've seen it. Let's see here. What do I need? Are you really going? This thing is really trying to pull back from me. We're going to go at the bottom. Well, no, I'm going to give it one more chance because that was from earlier. I know I should. Oh, we're both in the Corona, I think, on this one too. 36 and 42. Okay, so first card is confusion. Growth hurts, heals, and harnesses a way through the uncertainty. once again. Growth hurts, heals, and harnesses a way through the uncertainty. That's a lamp. I was trying to, I was making sure, is that a message in the bottle type thing? That was a lamp, lantern. I don't want, it's interesting. I don't see it as like she's, it's like, okay, whoa, what she did. No, she is, I feel like this is almost like accepting. It's, like when you try to fight against something for so long that you just give in. Why? Oh, what's, oh, at some, oh, at some point we all encounter a feeling at a loss as to what to do next. Our mind can become as conflicted as the advice we received. And our emotions can polarize and overwhelm us to the point of distress, especially when the stakes seem too high to risk making a mistake. Our belief that there is a right choice or right answer that will prevent all that we fear from happening can be paralyzing. Fear has the power to stop us in our tracks, especially when what seems logically right is at odds with what feels emotionally safe. For example, one choice might seem to guarantee safety and security, but feel uncomfortably compromising. In a state of distress, it is hard to get clear on what our spirit self is guiding us to do. We may feel helpless and without any available choice that feels authentic. What is best and truly possible is for us to is really as clear as hindsight reveals to be. When we need the clarity the most, it would be helpful to remember that, recognizing that we do not know what to do is a necessary step in the process of realizing what to do. Acknowledging the not knowing is the way to figuring out our next authentic move in navigating a way through any bewildering predicament. A solution is not found in making one right decision, but rather the result of many small and consistent choices, actions, and thoughts and behavior changes. And this is because significant problems are born of a web of threads that are not quite right for us. It requires us to dismantle, clear, and replace each thread one by one. Okay, so the crone's message. When we know that we have no idea what we are doing or what direction to take next, we begin to find out. It's like that, and I feel like it's more the moment of accepting and being okay with, okay, I don't know what to do. And it will hit us at that moment. But it's, like I said, it is almost a caving and giving in and full acceptance of it. It is almost like kind of just giving way to the tide, letting it be. And then it comes. So it's like it's almost like spirit or intuition. It was hit right then what the right thing is. Because sometimes I think we bog our mind down and we try to check all these fucking lists that it's just too much. So the next one is number 42. Which is interesting. It's one of the last cards. 42 is home. May your body be where a harmonious balance of love, strength, light, and pleasure lives. The body is not to be enjoyed, but pleasure is not an indulgent, it is essential. The crone featured in this card enjoys a state of bliss in the natural springs where her body is revitalized, nourished, and restful. She supports you in distinguishing true from false pleasure and prioritizing your body's need for revitalization, respect, and love. Our bodies will always do their best for us. regardless of how each of us neglects our body or fails to feel it with moderate nourishment. Sorry, I'm losing my words. Exercise and pleasure, even when we cannot or do not provide our bodies with a calm and safe environment or company, it remains our loyal and loving friend. It is always on our side. You only judge it as inadequate. However, it does need our love, care, and attention in return, and not our punishment or neglect. For ongoing deprivation will deplete the body to a point where it cannot continue to run on empty. Burnout will occur, and illness and energy will ensure. Drawing this card may signal that it's time to befriend your body, to love, maintain, and care for it as you would your most treasured and loving possession, for it is the most valuable material item that you will ever own. Whatever you give it, it gives back tenfold. Love is the best kind of food. This includes the way you allow others to regulate and to engage with your body. If the interaction is not loving and does not genuinely support your bliss, confidence, and value, then lose that. The momentary pleasure we enjoy from overeating chocolate, watching too much TV, or having loveless sex is ultimately unhealthy and unable to give you or your body what is truly beneficial. This same goes for depriving our bodies of various nourishment or forcing it into shapes and sizes that we are told are beautiful but do not feel authentic or comfortable. Write down all the things that you're grateful for about your body and for how you may mistreat, neglect, and deprive it. Apologize to your body and list ways you can turn any unloving behaviors into loving ones. The Crone's message: your body has and always will be the house you keep here. The acceptance, love, gratitude, and gentleness, respect, and honor, and pleasure it deserves starts with you. I would even suggest this would mean cleansing, because, even though it can be spiritual cleansing, our bodies will absolutely, it can take a toll. And I feel like with the cards, like everything you've been going through, and it's kind of like, and it might be, might be in the middle of this, but I feel like, you're dealing with some crap. But this Queen and King, you've really worked hard to, to kind of get through all this crap you're going to be dealing with. And I'm sure you're kind of already halfway through. And so you will need some rest. You will need some, do a spiritual cleanse or a cleansing bath, yoga, anything that kind of will help you rest your body and heal it. Because even if it is not true, you're not out there really battling, on the lines with Vlad, it is still, it wears your body, your soul, and your mind out. And I mean, it will still take toll on your outside. I mean, just because it's going on the inside doesn't mean that the outside is not affected as well. So give your body some time, and I would say you're going to need some extra time to rest after something like this, especially water signs, and kind of heal through it, because it's been an emotional ride with a lot of cups here, and a lot of swords. It's been a battle. So I would say, kind of just treat yourself right. Treat yourself to like a spa day or something, especially with that card coming out, So we have, who's reading? Hey, Maeve. Okay, Christy, if you're here, did you have any particular question? Hello. Oh. Just general. Okay. Wait, let's see what comes up. Okay. Okay. I am going to use the Tarot of Oppositions here. Miss Christine. Tell me what shit. Oh, there we go. All right, that one too. Nice, nice. I love. Okay. Okay. No, it's just too many. It's like a plop of cards, not a one card. Sorry, I'm talking to myself, kind of. Okay. For those of you that was watching me, you know I kind of just like let them fly out. Well, and I don't keep the plops. Oh, okay. So I'm gonna have to watch the newest Paranormal Activity. These are really nice cards there, but they're super slick. So I'm trying to kind of get used to them. They're really well done. Okay. Nice. Okay. So what I got for you, Miss Christie, is it looks like you kind of been dealing with some stuff. We have the Ten of Swords in reverse. Now, maybe it wasn't. I feel like it was rough. It's like we're 10. Like I said, the tens are kind of a closure. It's like an ending. So like if we've been going through some bad shit, it's the ending. Like luckily it's on this way, closing and going on to something else. Next card is the Ten of Wands. So it is like literally carrying, picking up your stuff and moving along. Like, so kind of like just, I don't know. It's almost like taking away all this old baggage, getting rid of it, right? Now there is this Three of Swords. So here's the Ten of Wands. So far we've got this. Right. But, and again, he's still praying, even behind all this coldness in the glass. Like, it's, this one, the Ten of Wands, actually is in the regular side. So it's not in reverse, at least. It is something that he, like, so it's like he's gone through. He had to pick up and carry this load, but he carried it by himself, but he was able to make it. The Three of Swords is the next one. It's been a bit rough go. Like, okay, it's like this crazy person looks like they kind of enjoyed somebody else's pain, but this one is like you've taken it on. I feel like maybe you've taken on others, yourself and others, but like with this Ten of, the Wands, also I feel like maybe you're carrying other people's bags, other people's burdens, or you're worrying for other people. And like the 10 tells me it's okay. It's things are going to start leveling out. Try to start kind of focus on you more, because like you do deserve to be cared for too. What I do enjoy is like, so here we have the 10 of Cups. So you have like, whoa, 3 tens. This is something big fixing to go on for you. Like literally, like all the other stuff that looks like all the bad crap. Anything bad or negative that you're dealing with, please try to look at it on a good light, because it may look scary, it may look hard. I know we talked a little bit earlier about something going on. I think everything's going to be okay. Like, no matter what you find out, it's going to be something that you can fix or that can be managed. We have the 10 of Cups. This is the happily ever after type card. Like here it'd be all broken and I mean, so, but this is where you want to be. You want to see everybody, and like this, the Ten of Cups here, this particular card is very interesting. It reminds me like if you're sitting down and having everybody for dinner, and you have your happy whole family with you, right? And where it's might have been, here we go with this Five of Pentacles again, where it might have been a rough road, you actually feel more in a safe place at this point, right? And this was interesting. I feel like with this one, we got the Justice card, and it is actually the reverse side of the Justice. It's more of the darker side. And I feel like things that you've been going through, like anybody, I think it's dealing with any people that you might be dealing with, not like, you know, nothing physical, but like anybody person-wise, like you've been dealing with, it's been treating you ugly or anything you've been experiencing. The darker side of this Justice, I feel like they're going to end up facing their own. It's like I feel like they're going to actually have to face a mirror. Yeah, they're going to have to be in front of a mirror and deal with what it's like they're paying repercussions of what they've done. But with this Five of Pentacles, you are in a safe place, and it's almost like with the teacup. Like I see these as almost teacups. So, at the end, everything is going to be fine and okay. Like this stuff is in the past. The tins are, you're kind of getting through the rest of that. Once you get through the last hurdle where, of all the stressors, you're done. Like done for a while. And, we have the life cycles that we're going to always have other things that will come up. But this one it looks like it's like you're almost over it. You're almost through it. So just kind of like hang through the rest, for the rest of the way, because like the happy part is coming and it's right around the corner. So just try to like be patient and know that it's coming. So yeah, it does. It does. So that's unless I have any other cards to read for anybody. I'll repeat it. Okay, do we have a question? Do you have anything in particular? You're welcome, Christy. Would you like a general reading out there? Okay, that's it. Love it. Okay, so nice thing about these cards, it don't matter which direction they go. Oh. Sorry, this is interesting. Okay, bye, kitten. Nice. I'm glad you joined us. I always enjoy hearing from you. Okay, one more card. All right. Well, Interesting. Hmm. And what was this? Like Peter, what's the? I caught Peter, but I can't remember the first. Aladar. Aladar, Peter. Okay, so I'm getting a lot of dark cards. Are you a magician? It's kind of like my first question's very interesting. And it doesn't. I don't feel like I'm not like when I say that. I don't necessarily mean that they're bad. It's they're on the darker side of these tarot of opposition cards. So here we have the Nine of Cups in like the first version of it, but this is the side that came up for you, which is the Nine of Cups. It's and she's still feeling herself. Now we've got a cup here that's I feel like this is kind of significant of paying attention to your emotions, or let me get to the next card and see if it's your emotions or got you. Makes sense because dark come all the way up and I'm not sure why. Page of Pentacles. Okay. Especially, I'm going to put this because it is the Page of Pentacles, and here we go, the dark side again. And he does, let's be honest, this dude looks pretty much like a villain. That one, he looks like a villain to me. Like, the upside, no. But, so what I'm saying is, when it, especially if it comes to money or anything that you find or hold dear to you, be particularly careful about anybody that brings you any kind of gossip or news or message. I would say if you didn't look it up for yourself, call it fake news. Like definitely if somebody comes at you with something and you have even like the slightest intuition, like go look it up. Literally research it. Find somebody that you can trust to look into it and help you look into it for whatever reason. And it could be because some crazy girl that be feeling herself a little too much, that's overly emotional, that deals like one, especially if it's that emotional female that's like, yeah, like I would say, watch out for the egotistical, emotional female, especially if they come to you in the form of a messenger or somebody gossiping. Not sure that this is one and the same. I would say watch out for both of these characters, to be quite honest. Because I definitely, yeah, like with this next card, I feel like they might try to trip you up. It's the Two of Wands. Unfortunately, because it is on the dark side, like, okay. So we have the Two of Wands, which is usually, you get to kind of pull your way back through and choose, like, let's get through this, like, and you're on your way to new, but this is kind of frightening. I hope that holds because it looks like it might let loose and he could fall, right? So it's, to me, that tells you tells me to tell you to watch your choices or any type of steps or move, like, you know what I mean? Like, not movements, physical, like, but decisions you make when it, and it might be two different people or it might be one and the same, but if you're dealing with anybody, especially with like somebody coming at you with like, I feel like it's more like gossipy or news, or like he's holding the book, like, so just don't take anybody's word for gold. Trust you. Number one, you are going to be your best. Like, that's the thing. I will appreciate other people coming at me and giving me a heads up. But I will, because, I'm going to check. I'm going to be careful for myself. I will always try to look into it. And I like to, I like to like investigate into things, especially if they don't add up, especially right now. We have the Ten of Swords, right? Again, he is frozen. And I do feel like he's still, it's funny. Okay, especially being a practitioner, if you've ever heard of Damien Eccles, locked up in jail, he was like Ten of Swords, like, you know what I mean? Number one, you're complete. So it's like anything that you might be going through that's rough right now, which it does kind of feel like it is that way. Or, like you might even feel like it's kind of like bubbling up to this point. Stay true in your work. Like, if you have altar work going, do not slow down now. I would say keep steady, keep fast on your any type of ritual type work that you do, any deities that you work with, keep talking and channeling them, because it will get you through. It's like Damien Eccles, like literally, like it's magic did help get him. You know, they say technically it's the offered plea that got him out of prison. He was life on. He was actually supposed to. He was death row. It was something he didn't commit, but the state where he lived was not having. It was like one of those people that they were not going to release because the state was refusing to admit they were wrong. It was just one of those sick situations. But he kept up his practice the whole time he was in, and he's out now. Like, he was on death row. He still kept up his doing his mantras, doing, you know, his work, studying. Like, people, he would get occult books while he was in there and read as much as he could, and it got him through that situation completely. The Queen of Pentacles, and she's like, okay, now I feel like this could just be more of this dark queen, like, you know what I mean? So this isn't necessarily bad. This is going to be, well, if she asks for money, watch out, because it is the Pentacles. Let me see if I can get some clarification here. If anybody comes at money or offering you, just like out of money, out of the blue, be careful. Or asking you for money. First of all, I will say that, because that is something that I just kind of keep picking up through this. If any, I don't know if that makes sense to any of your situations going on right this second, but if they come up, be prepared. You know, say, I am not a bank. No, I'm playing. I am not a bank. I sound like Forrest Gump. Hush. I am not a bank. Yeah. I don't know if you have a female in your life or you're like trying to talk to one. Just be careful, like with any females that are around right now, because I feel like okay, so here's the Two of Cups. We have this. Okay, so this would and because it's still the Two of Cups, you know, you've got like people that are a combination, right? Or two people coming together. But it's always kind of like, it's funny. I was talking to Melvin about it earlier. He was asking, well, twin flames. I'm like, twin flames? No, you don't want to. I like, a lot of people don't want to meet that. Twin flames are not necessarily a good thing. Like, people want to sit there and build that shit up. And
well, someone sounds bitter.
No, I'm not bitter. I'm just saying, in most cases,
everyone wants that twin flame love.
But no, twin flame love is very, very. In a lot of cases, most cases, you have your runner. Well, number one, and this is the way I like the way Curtis would put it before. It's like, when you sit there and say that it's two souls, like the twin flame, it's two souls that are split. No, I'm one. I'm whole. Like, so it's kind of saying that we're not whole without another person. That's not fair, and I like that, because we don't have to have anybody to complete us. So, but you can have somebody that is absolutely meant for you in a twin flame sort of way. Now,
you see, I always looked at a twin flame as just yourself. But that's just me, though, because I have the biggest ego in the world, and I love myself.
You are enough for yourself. That's quite interesting. But and I like that. In a way, we are enough alone, so we are our own twin flame per se, in a sense. A lot of us just have to realize our own worth, and how, like, sometimes we accept things that are way less than we deserve.
Yeah, but I'm giving you a hard time, but I agree with you, Bonnie. Don't worry.
So with a twin flame, there are times, and I have met people that are absolutely phenomenal, and they are beautiful couples. But then there's a lot of times that there's one person running and chasing the other. It's just not balanced, okay? And that's, I don't mind the dark cards, but this one, like, it seems like there's this one-sided type of love. You want the other at the end of the day, even when you do practice the occult. Like, no, if you're a practitioner, doesn't mean you should have a less than or a one-sided love. So be careful for anybody like this. And this could be partnership. Don't, like, it's not just steadfast. I don't know what that was. It's not steadfast in a partner. Like, this is any kind of partnership relationship. Be very careful. Like with making any deals, add money, paying attention to any gossip. So that's my advice for you, especially given the cards that come out. And it was quite interesting, and they picking up on the practitioner thing, especially with all the dark cards that came out. Like, they were all dark. So, hail you. Okay. Oh, Miss Jenny. Okay, so let's see what we've got with Gemini. And I had to say your name like that, so sorry. 1, 2, 3. So any card in particular, or any thing you want read in particular, or just kind of a general, Jen? Jenny. Okay, and I'm sorry, I hope it's spot on in a good way. So hang in there, dude. So glad. I am saying Jude, I'm assuming, and I don't mean to make an ass of myself, but I'll general reading, Jenny. Okay. And thanks for joining us, everyone. Here we go. Oh, guys, if you can share and try to get your friends added on and sub to Unexplained, because we're these little when we hit 400, 300, even the small ones have been a lot for us, and we're very appreciative, and literally it makes Melvin super happy. I'm gonna put that one out because that one's not in my lab. So yeah, share if you don't mind, and like button. We do appreciate all that. Okay, here we go. Thank you, Aladar. Thank you. Here we go. Okay, it looks like Jenny's doing being a Pisces. No. We got some water coming out. Interesting. All right. First of all, we have the 6 of Wands. Jenny, it seems like you do keep trying to come through. It's I want to say come through, if you say you're walking through woods and you're trying to come through a clearing, right? You're trying to get through to this clear point, and metaphorically that just kind of be where you're not a stress-free zone, so per se, but you're trying to kind of get to a place to sit and rest for a moment. It's so that you can celebrate, and something to celebrate, something to be happy and look forward to, right? The next card is the 4 of Cups. Now, it is more a negative side of things. And this is telling me that And I feel like it is an emotional thing. I don't know. I mean, I'm a female, so it's not like I'm trying to say, oh, it's your hormone, but it could be hormones at this point. I do feel like for whatever reasons, emotionally, you're being kind of hammered. And I don't know why the word hammered comes, but it's like you're being hammered emotionally. And so, like, you're not quite like, okay, if it's when it comes to being loved or people loving you or others, like, and it doesn't have to mean like boyfriends or anything, this could be your family, even your children, whatever, but whatever situation you're dealing with, it's like, you're not seeing it completely because of the emotions. They're so heavy right now. I don't think you're seeing, it's like, okay, if you feel like you're not being shown love enough, it's because right now your emotions are so wonky that you're having a hard time because everybody's okay, you've heard of love language. Everybody's love language is different. Wait, because of what you're going through, and it's not your fault. I feel like it is just something heavy burden on you, but you're not seeing their love language. So it's kind of like, um, it's dark. I feel like it's almost like a dark cloud, but they are showing it, but it's in their way. They're trying to, and it could be even helping you through emotions. Like, but there is something very, very, and I don't know why, but I want to like a darkness hanging over. And like, and it could even affect you to where at this point, it's like, it could be something negative around you. It could be somebody, or it could be something spiritually. However, finding like somebody to talk to, even therapy wise, would not hurt in the situation, because at least if you're speaking it out to somebody that knows how to listen and they're not biased, okay? Because sometimes if we talk to people, even if we love them and they say that love is like, it's heavy on some people, they don't know how to handle it. Like, so if you could just get it out, I feel like it will take some of that dark away, because whatever it is very, very dark. And I feel like you keep fighting it, because here we have this Knight of fucking Pentacles, right? Knight of Pentacles is trying to because like within Pentacles, like, I know you have a girl, and I mean, money isn't like what's material to you, but what's material to you is your happiness and your space, your home, your children, your family, all the above. But so it's like you keep fighting, you keep being this warrior and this knight to try to get back on, fight things through. But you keep getting cornered with this Three of Swords, like this. It's heartbreak. But I feel like, again, it's all equally stuck. I don't feel it's like you're normal being stabbed in the back by a male or your boyfriend or family. I feel like this is more you're in your heart, as deep as something. And like I said, we talked about the home and stuff, and this is a little bit different too. I feel like maybe somebody unknowingly dragged it around and brought it around you. Okay, Page of Cups. So we have this person that's bringing a message. I would say watch out for anybody that's coming to you randomly out of the blue that just wants, like, I don't know if it would be gossip. See, we've got a lot of the gossipy type stuff feeling tonight. Especially if this person is just talking and it's all anger and negativity, because that could be exactly where the hell it comes from. Anybody that comes to you just to gossip and bitch, okay, I'm sorry, that's the word I'm going to use, but it's bitch. If you watch out, and it does have a slightly, oddly enough for me, this is more female. If this person has a negative, nasty vibe and all she's coming to do is bitch at you, like, you really probably need to spend less time with her as much as possible. Or create a big, heavy distance between you and that person, because this is not affecting you healthy. It is wearing you down and like spiritually hitting you spiritually. Okay, so the last one is the Three of Wands. Like, seriously, it is going to be like here we have when it's in positive, it's like you can see a clearing way through. And it's like literally this one, the negative side, he sits down with a stick and just kind of like wants to get up. Okay. Let me get one more card for any other clarification just in case. But yeah, like I hope this is making some sense, but definitely whoever this person is, it does not necessarily mean they're female. It just means that they do have a very feminine energy. Ugh. I'm sorry. I just don't like it. It's really heavy. It's heaviness. And it wouldn't hurt. Like I would say, get you some, like takes you some salt baths, cleansing baths like that. And you know, some Florida water, something like that also as well. Root oil is amazing. So if you have like a little what are those called? The little essential oil steamer things. Get you some root oil, RUE, root oil, because that will. I still have the card. Okay, root oil will be very beneficial for you. Okay, this is the card that came out. It's the 8 of Pentacles. So I don't know if this has to do with any kind of work. Honestly, they're actually drawing, so it might be having to do with some kind of a project. It could have to do with money, or them like if they're asking for money or expecting money. This person, nah, like try to. If you can cut them from your life, like kind of like tell them that I'm sorry if you're bringing this shit on me, you need to go. Unfortunately, if they're closer than that, definitely you're going to have to. No, that's not what they're going to have to do, Melvin. They're going to have to make very good. Melvin's like throwing it out there. I would say just make good boundaries. And I get it. Sometimes it's very hard to do, but I feel like just looking at these cards, to be quite honest, it's pretty essential to your health to do so, because this isn't. Yeah, it's going to get from mental to physical. Okay, good. Then it's, and of course might actually. So then, hopefully, then the water sign reading will respond to you, because, like, yeah, like you're going to be feeling and seeing that people look like, you know what I mean, having to deal with reap what they sow type shit. So, definitely go take some cleansing baths, spiritual baths. Cleanse your home as best you can, especially your space right now, because this energy is a lot. And I wouldn't be so like on it, but I don't like the way it feels, and it's heavy. I'm gonna have to spray some in here to be honest. It's this other person. They're like negative Nelly or negative Nancy is an understatement. Like it almost feels narcissistic in a way. It's really gross. Oh God, well then I am so glad she got rid of it. Because yeah, no, and it's the thing is, yeah, no feeling bad. Don't feel bad. That's the thing. I feel like this is the type of reading. This is the type of person that wants her to feel bad, but it's only because they want to manipulate you more. So say fuck you. Sorry, I'm suck a lemon, as Melvin says. So yeah, I hope that helps, and I'm glad and thank everybody for joining us tonight. And check me out. I am on Facebook at where am I at? I'm at Melvin has all the links down below. If you don't mind, check them out. Check me out. And come and be sure to make sure to follow Unexplained Possibilities. Will help us to get to our next little goal. Like, we love it, and we appreciate you guys for sharing us and get us out there. Like, subscribe, hit the bell, ring our bell, ring our bell. Right? No, just kidding. You guys, love you guys. Hope you have a wonderful November. Ooh, happy Turkey Day early. This year has gone by so fast. Bye.